Hey guys, just before we begin this video, I just want to say a quick thank you for 25 subscribers. It's really been a pleasure to make these videos, and I'm very happy to see my channel growing, not just with views but also subscribers. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, consider hitting that subscribe button. It'll really help out my channel. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's me, Shadowtronic Cognizant here, and welcome to F1 Mobile Racing, a new series from my YouTube channel. I hope you guys will enjoy this new series, and as a part from my 25 sub special, I will be doing a voiceover. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like this content, consider hitting the subscribe button, it'll help out my channel. Now let's get on with the racing, and let's go defeat some opponents, shall we? So for our first race, we're racing at the Circuit of the Americas in Texas, and apparently the guy we're facing is a guy named Haas with MSC as his three initials and the number 47, standing for Mick Schumacher, who is the current Haas driver in Real Formula 1. As we go on to the beginning of the race, F1 Mobile Racing does a little weird thing of sending the guy out in front, but luckily we pass him with DRS. Coming up to turn 1, we take a nice tight line, just letting the car roll through, and we get back up into P1 as we head now into the very fast, and I think very satisfying S section, taking inspiration from the Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel section, which is in Silverstone, which is hopefully in a different video, and I'll explain those corners in just a bit. But really, just this first second, trying to get the car rolling through the corners, trying not to just get a corner cut, because corner cuts can really do some bad damage to you in this game if you get them, because especially if you get them at the wrong time, it'll really ruin your entire race. As we go a tiny bit wide into the corner, luckily keeping it secure, we head onto the back straight with getting DRS right about now. As you can see, the gap is 3.6 seconds. As soon as I say that, it just keep going up. But as we now come downhill into the next turn, braking a bit early, not gonna lie, and I thought we didn't get a corner cut, but we get a corner cut. It's frustrating, but really, actually, it's not bad here because this section is already so slow itself that it doesn't really matter when you get a corner cut and an engine penalty. As we now get back up to race and see, we still maintain the gap, albeit the gap did drop quite a bit because he was able to catch up, and now going through the very fast triple apex corner, now heading on towards the fast left-hander, being brave, getting on the power as early as we dare, and then finishing off, going a little wide, not gonna lie, but then quickly recovering, get the DRS open, as we cross for the finish line, we get our win around Circuit of the Americas, which is technically my home circuit. For our next race, we are racing at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is located in Mexico City, Mexico. If you guys have been to Mexico, well, lucky you, because I have not. As we now get ready to start, apparently the guy had, I don't know, he might have disconnected because we were going really slow. We usually go much faster. The ghosting is activated as we see Bottas past us, but as we start the race, as we cross, well, the start line and get DRS, the gap just goes up really, really high, and I actually do think that he might have disconnected just before, because unless he might have had a really bad setup, there's no way he can be that slow. As we come now into turn 1, braking hard, letting the car roll through, easy does it, not trying to take too many risks here, because if he truly did disconnect, then I think we might as well just play it safe and try not to rush the car too much into the corners. As we now come into yet another chicane, we just take it easy, taking the line very wide there, I hate to admit it. Now as we come into the double apex, getting on the power early, but we might have just gone a bit too wide. Luckily that didn't cost us too much time, as we now head into the S section very fast. And this is actually where you play real F1 games, it becomes helpful and rooted into your experience, because as you see, the racing light is telling me to brake, but I know I can go much faster through the corners, and it just also just comes from playing the game, just as experience as well. As we do brake a little early there, not gonna lie, but just no point taking risks. Coming into the stadium section, one of my favorite parts of this track, just watching the crowd, and then coming into the final corner, yes, I did cut the corner slightly, but the game didn't recognize it. The swoop by Bottas on the inside, then as we straighten out and rocket towards the finish line, we get our second win of this episode. So far so good. Let's just hope we don't jinx this. Next up, we are at the Hungaroring in Budapest, Hungary. Now remember I said that playing F1 games really does give you more experience in this game? Well, the track said it was balanced, but as a Formula 1 driver, we know that the Hungaroring is a very technical track. As we now get ready for the sprint race, just a one-lap wonder around this track. Again, Codemasters, I don't know why, but they just let the guy go ahead, and he's like 3/10 up on me, and that's really annoying, because I really wish we actually started next to each other. So we now come now into turn 1. He goes very aggressive, literally hitting the guy, and then we have to pull out to just make sure we don't make contact with the Red Bull. As no, headed out towards turn 3. Is he gonna try to defend? We are gonna try to defend, and we are going. Oh, okay, that was a lot, but we are going to be patient and bide our time as we now come into turn 5, or is it turn 6? Coming up into sector 2. We go very fast through this corner. He goes a bit wide. We're gonna try to go for the move. Oh, but there's massive contact. We're in the grass. He gets away unharmed, but we were tumbling down the order, and now we're going 3 seconds. What the heck was that for? Okay, fine. It's my fault that I hit him, and I was the one that's behind him. I understand it's my fault, but as we go very wide into the chicane, come on. I mean, this is so annoying as we now swoop through the quick sections. This is where the handling does come into play as we now rock through the corners. Going a bit wide, missing the apex, going a little slow, but we do get the power down. And then now, heading into the turn, we are 3 seconds. We're closing the gap, but we go on the grass again! What's wrong with the physics issues here? Come on! I mean, as we now head into the long left-hander, and we go wide again. Now coming into the final corner. I don't know. This was a really painful one. I don't want to talk about this. This is so annoying. 5 seconds off. I mean, yes, it's my fault I crashed into him, but that was definitely a painful one. Now let's see if we can set our sights on Shanghai as we now go for a qualifying run against, well, a guy named BRC, I think. As we now get ready to set. Again, Codemasters setting him out first. I don't understand why. It's got to be an issue that has to be fixed at some point. But luckily, we do pass him, though. And then coming into the very fast and long right-handers, turn 1 and 2. It's so hard to master, even on this game, but just letting the car roll through nice and easy, quickly greeted by the next turn. And he actually comes out ahead. And I didn't have much confidence in that corner for some reason. Usually I'm a little more confident, a little quicker. Now as we come into the entry of sector 2 in the next corner, pinpoint our braking point as we go into the corner. He goes wide, and we take our advantage, and we swoop into first place. As now we head into the very long left-hander. Our right tires are going to be scorched, and then we're quickly greeted by a right-hander. Not taking the smoothest of lines, I will admit, but we do make it stick. Then coming into the left-hander, going a bit wide on the AstroTurf, but luckily we do not slow down, or do we make any mistakes and spin out. As we now come into the next corner, it's going to be crucial to get a good exit. As we now come out, are we going to get a good exit? It looks like it. As we now rocket onto the very long back straight. And, well, just playing the waiting game at this point. We gotta be patient until we hit the next corner, which is gonna be tough to handle because we're coming in at such a fast speed that you have to be exact with your braking point. Just waiting forever. Now, hit hard on the brakes. Are we gonna make the turn? Oh, it's tight, but we do make it. And then quickly set ourselves up for the final corner. Are we gonna take a fight out? Yes, we are. We're gonna have the balls of steel. A little wide. But we do manage to set it up correctly, and we do cross the line to win. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.